What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Hasbro Pulse exclusive Dr. Mindbender. And so here we have Dr. Mindbender pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Dr. Mindbender does come with several different weapons. He does come with a handgun which fits in his hand nicely, or you can have it in his side holster. He does come with an injection gun which looks really nice. He does come with a null ray which also looks really good. I love the silver accents on it. Then he also does come with a sprayer gun which also looks really nice. He also does come with a canister and a hose which does connect into the null ray or the sprayer gun which looks nice. Then finally he does come with several specimen tubes. We do get a specimen tube for a severed hand. We get a specimen tube for the disembodied brain. Then he does come with a skull which has really nice detailing, and you can put the brain inside that skull. Other than that, Dr. Mindbender doesn't come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Dr. Mindbender. And so here we have a closer look at Dr. Mindbender, and I have to say that Hasbro has done a really good job and smart reuse of parts here on Mindbender. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Starting with his head, absolutely love this head sculpt. I really do like it. He has a lot of personality behind him, and I really like the fact that he does come with a monocle that looks really good. Another thing I do like is his handlebar mustache. Having handlebar mustache in the past, I can respect his. His looks much better than mine honestly did, but yeah, he looks really nice. I love the wrinkles. I love just the way he looks. It's very vintage inspired, and I do like that, and I just love the way the monocle connects to his face. It's a really good head sculpt, and probably one of the better ones that Hasbro has given us with the G.I. Joe figures. So that is really nice. Now, as far as his body goes, this is a very smart reuse of the Zartan body. He's essentially using Zartan's upper torso and basically his entire arm with new hands. That is a very good use of, or smart use of reuse parts, so I do like that. This torso is the same torso that we would see on Zartan, except it doesn't have the armor. Instead, he has these suspenders, I guess you can say, because they are connected to his belt. And I do like his soft goods cape vest, jacket. I really wouldn't know what to call this. It looks like a cape, but he wears it like a vest, so it's a little strange. One thing I do gotta point out is that because this is black fabric, the dyes do stain the plastic, and I've noticed it on both his shoulders. When the plastic was rubbing up against the fabric, it did stain it. That can be solved with a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, but do be aware that if you do have Mindbender, chances are he has stained plastic, especially on the arms where he was in the packaging. But I do like his vest here, or his cape, whatever you want to call this. It's a very nice material. It reflects the light very nicely. I kind of wish that it had a wireframe. That's something I think Hasbro should really invest in when doing these Pulse exclusives, is wireframe capes and soft goods. That would look really nice. Because he does use reused parts from Zartan, he has that same armband that Zartan came with, except instead of brown, his is purple. His gauntlet right here is the same one that we saw with Zartan, but it does have this new overlay right here, so really smart reuse. Oh, just in general for Dr. Mindbender, I really do like that gauntlet, and it looks really nice. And then he does have new hands. I'm pretty sure these hands have been used before. I just haven't found the character that they go to. They do look like the Cobra officer hands, but I'll have a better look at that in a little bit. But yeah, they do look really good. I do like his belt. The silvers throughout his costume look really nice. I do like it. And then we do have a peg here for his canister, which if you guys really wanted to peg in the canister, you can. I think it goes like that, and then his overlay coat just goes over it like that. So yeah, it does work, and it hides itself because it's black on black, so really do like that. And then he does have his holster right here where he does have his handgun. Unfortunately, the needle gun, or whatever you want to call it, this one where he's injecting people with Cobra serum or something like that, it doesn't fit in here, just his handgun. But I do like the detailing here on his holster. You can see they did a really good job painting the buckles. Just in general, his buckles look really nice. And then he does have a silver codpiece, just like he should. very vibrant purple pants. I really do like that, and because he is one of the newer figures, he is using the pinless joints. Although Zartan also had the pinless elbows, I do like this. Then we go on to his boots, and these boots are definitely a fashion statement. They are almost knee-high boots with this piece over the knee, which that's kind of a statement. I don't know what kind of statement that is, but he's making a statement. And then his boots do have a strap going around the top of it. So yeah, overall Dr. Mindbender is a pretty nice looking figure. I can overlook some of the flaws he has, and like I said, it is very smart reuse, because why not just reuse the Zartan body? You have it, might as well do it. And this head is just very good looking, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So with that out of the way, let's actually get Dr. Mindbender posed and compare to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Dr. Mindbender posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Dr. Mindbender posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Dr. Mindbender posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have Dr. Mindbender posed next to a G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Commander and Duke. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at his articulation. Now, Mindbender does have a ball joint here at the head, which does let him look up and down slightly. It does work really nicely though. It does tilt side to side as well as rotates left and right. We do have a hinge in the neck, which does let him look up and looks down quite a bit. Then he does have a second ball joint at the base of the neck, but it really doesn't provide much more movement, unfortunately. He does have a butterfly joint here in the shoulder, which unfortunately doesn't really pivot forward and back all too well. He does get some range, but it's really not a lot, unfortunately. He does rotate all the way around at the shoulder. Arms do go out to the side. There's a lot to fight with. You have his shoulder muscle hitting the butterfly joint, so you kind of gotta sneak it in to get him to do all the way horizontal. So just be aware of that when messing with his arm. Like I said, it does go all the way around as well. We have a bicep swivel. We do have a double bend here at the elbow, kind of stiff on mine, but it does go past 90. He has a swivel and horizontal hinge on the left hand and vertical hinge on the right hand. He does have an ab crunch, which does work really nicely. He arches back, crunches forward. Then we do have a ball joint here at his waist, so that does pivot side to side, forward and back, as well as giving us some rotation. His legs are on drop down hinges, so those do drop down like that. They do go out to the side. Now, when I got mine out of the packaging, his legs were really stiff. I had to hit him with a couple of doses of shock oil just to get his legs to move, because they were really stiff. Be very careful moving them around. If you have to lubricate the joints, do it, because you don't want to break your figures. They go back to about that far, out to the side pretty nicely. He does swivel here at the upper part of his thigh. We do have a double bend here at the knee. He goes really far back, I do like that. Then he does rotate here at the boot. We have a hinge in the ankle going back and forward, and then of course forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, Mindbender has some pretty good articulation. It's your standard G.I. Joe articulation, so it works really nicely. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Dr. Mindbender posed for my final thoughts, and overall I really do like the way this figure came out. Dr. Mindbender is an essential part to your Cobra army, so if you are a fan of Cobra, this is one figure you definitely need to have in your collection. He's the evil scientist of Cobra, so of course you need him in your collection. Now, unfortunately, the only way to have gotten Dr. Mindbender is getting him directly through Hasbro Pulse, which was not an easy task. He actually sold out really fast the first time around, and then he sold out really fast the second time around. He did go up for sale a third time about the same time that they did put up the listing for Serpentor, and once again he sold out really fast. So yes, this figure was up and down on Hasbro Pulse really quickly. I think the timetable he was on was like 5 minutes, which was insane. Thankfully I was able to get my own Dr. Mindbender from Hasbro Pulse. I really do like the way he came out. I'm not a fan of the price though. Dr. Mindbender here doesn't really strike me as a $40 figure, and he comes with just about as much accessories as the Alley Viper, which is a $20 figure. So yeah, the fact that he's almost double the price of your standard figure is a little bit jarring, and just shows you how far Hasbro is willing to push these quote-unquote deluxe figures onto their customers. Mindbender is a really nice figure, but is he worth the $40? I would say no, but at the time I'm making this video, there's no other Dr. Mindbender on the horizon, so the only way to have gotten him is if you pre-order him from Hasbro Pulse, which, like I said, he was up for sale and he sold out really fast. So if you weren't able to get him, secondhand market is the only way to get him, where this guy's already starting to go for an upwards of $80 to $100, which is insane. I really wouldn't pay that much for the figure, seeing as how after shipping he was pretty much like $55, which was kind of insane for his pricing. If you really do want Dr. Mindbender, right now the only way to get him is secondhand market, so yeah, you will have to pay those upcharges, unfortunately. He's a really nice figure, but he's not worthy of a deluxe figure. I do like the packaging though, it's a really nice package, but I don't think that alone sells this figure. Overall, he's a really cool character to have, and I do think he's necessary for your Cobra army, but again, I don't think he should have been a deluxe figure. At least give us a version of Dr. Mindbender in the standard line, that way people who missed out on it can pick him up. Just don't give him with as many accessories and you should be fine. Other than that, yeah, I do like Dr. Mindbender, but yeah, getting him was a lot of hard work, so hopefully you guys were able to get him. If not, good luck getting him for a decent price. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other G.I. Joe classified videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.